Hey guys, this is Elvis Forever. I want to talk, aka Cody. I want to talk to you about my fandom of Elvis. Why I would like him, who forever kind of like him. Um, I grew up. I was born premature, and while growing up, I just say I've had bad experiences. All right. Fast forward to the age of 3. My grandmother puts on, I believe, one of Elvis's records, and I can't remember. I think it's pure gold. I think it was pure gold. Um, so I'd already heard him by that point, but I had not seen him physically. I had not seen him on film or anything. I think I may have seen him in books when I couldn't read at that point, or speak for that matter. And then, around the age of 3, my grandma had a law from Hawaii, and she put it in her VHS player. Yes, I'm that old. And when he came on that stage, it just took me. He looked like a superhero. And the way he interacted with people. So then I think at that point I was officially hooked. Um, Over the years, especially growing up, I was always chastised. When people in my generation like NSYNC and like Backstreet Boys, when they were just starting out and they were popular, I stayed with Elvis. Even to this day, yes, I do like other artists. I like Green Day. I like Nirvana. I like Twisted Sister. I like My Chemical Romance, Evanescence, among others. But I stick with Elvis for the most part. Because he's helped me a lot. I know when I had my last MRI, the nursing staff asked, and that's been 2 years, they asked me, what artist or what do you want us to do? And I said, Elvis. He was there for me for that, for music. He's always been like that big brother figure for me. Um, as I just hear, as I grew older, I got made fun of. Well, why are you into this old stuff? Why do you like Elvis? Why is Elvis your main artist? And I got made fun of. I'm not gonna lie, because late 90s, early 2000s, into the 2010s for my school life, he wasn't exactly popular. He wasn't exactly. Yes, he had the 30 number one hits album when I was in grade school. But now my other friends thought it was interesting that I liked Elvis so much. And I think that was my grandma's major bond with me was him. And as I get older, I hear stories of his charitable work. The bond he had with Lisa Marie. I was just reading some of the stories Lisa had written in the into the great in her book Into the Great Unknown, and I was sitting there laughing because I could picture it, and I could picture Elvis doing these things. Um, I even like some soundtracks that some people don't like. I like Hear 'em Scare 'em. I like maybe 4 or 5 out of 7 or 8 that are on there. Um, I think he was a brilliant actor. If you go watch Change of Habit, Jaws Rock, Loving You, Loving Tender, Blue Hawaii, Jerry Blues. But I think he got lost. Cat. When he got lost, I think around the mid 60s, he needed a 6-day comeback special. And don't get me started on the whole, well, he dated Priscilla when he was 14. I'm adopted. My adopted folks. My adopted mother was 15. My adopted dad was 20 something. So back then, it wasn't common, but it wasn't frowned upon like it is now. Um, I can go listen to outtakes, listen to him maybe cuss or swear, because it makes him human. You gotta remember, this man was not a god. Elvis Presley was a mortal man who had his problems, and to me, it makes him more relatable. You know, everybody thinks about this image or this era, and I get it. I like the 50s, but as I get older, I'm responding more personally to the late 60s into the 70s era. I've always loved his jumpsuits. So, I mean, the chain suit, the concho suits, I thought were pretty cool designs. The fringe, the owl, the powder blue, the eagle. I even like some suits that some fans don't like. I like his gypsy suit. I like his Indian chief suit. I liked the sundial in some clips of in concert where where the camera makes him actually look good by the angle. I can watch Elvis in concert. And I just watched the whole, maybe a month or two ago, I just watched the entire Rapid City show. And it entertained me. Was he all there for part of it? No. Once again, we weren't there. We don't know what struggles he was going through. It's been written in books. It's been shown in movies. And with Elvis, kind of like other artists, you gotta take the good with the bad. I mean, every time I hear about Priscilla and Elvis, oh, they did this when she was 14. No. No, they didn't. Elvis never touched her until after they were married. She was already in her 20s by then. Elvis understood boundaries, I think, to a point. Um, his parents were pretty far apart in age when they got married. And I think back then down south, it wasn't seen as an issue as it is now. I think his stage presence, you can feel it when you watch him on film. Even in concert, when they panned away and they showed the crowd in the 2001 Space Odyssey started up, you could feel those people's feelings of, hey, he's here. I've read books on him. Uh, like I said, I just started reading Into the Great Unknown. And, once again, some of Lisa's stories really show you how hands-on of a parent Elvis was when they were together. He took her to the doctor for an earache, and then she got tonsillitis, and he was there for that, too. The human being seems to get lost in the image. I think sometimes through his flaws and everything else, we gotta remember he was human. Was he a Christian? Yes. Do I believe he's in heaven? Yes. Was he perfect? No, no one is. I got a huge Elvis collection in my own room. I got vinyl records, CDs, crap ton of CDs, cassettes, DVDs, stuffed animals, what have you, ornaments. I have 60 something Elvis ornaments. I like a lot of underrated songs. Um, I mean, I always like Jail's Rock and Burning Love. Those will always be my go-to. For number one and number two. And it goes to Fish Minds. Then I would probably say the more I listen to like My Way in the Ghetto, the more those are like bombing are kind of going for 4 and 5. Then it goes Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel. Some of the 50s from like 7 through 9. Then you get the songs like Such an Easy Question. I'm trying to think on top of my head here because I don't have any albums with me right now to look on. Um, Suspicion. I thought his version of. I'm trying to think. Witchcraft was good. Um, some of the covers he did I thought were good. Of course, he owns Always on My Mind because he was going through a divorce at that point. Separate Ways, another well done song. I liked his version of If You Love Me, Let Me Know from In Concert. I think. Trying to think. Oh yeah, Indescribably Blue. That's a good number. Like I said, I can think of a lot of songs that I think are underrated, but they're just not coming to me. Um, All That I Am from. Damn it! Oh, it's gonna haunt me. Shit. You guys know what movie I'm thinking of when he sings All That I Am. You'll be able to tell me in the comments. I like Do the Vega. I like Nightlife. Um, Clean Up Your Own Backyard. Now I'm starting to think of underrated ones. Going Home. I love his version of Down in the Alley. I love his version of Tomorrow's a Long Time. 70s one, I like Promised Land. I like the, once again, in concert version of Fairy Tale. Madison Square Garden, The Impossible Dream. I like his version of For the Good Times, both live versions and the one he did in 70. I like songs where he also pushes his voice, like Wonder of You, Hurt, Unchained Melody, We Can Make the Morning. Those are songs where, or even If I Can Dream, we'll throw that in there. But like We Can Make the Morning, those kind of songs where he's pushing himself, like It's Now or Never, Surrender. Those kind of songs where you can tell he's really, really pushing himself vocally. I've always loved the ballad Love Me. I kind of prefer that over Love Me Tender. I don't know why. Always have. I like, Green Green Grass of Home, Don't Cry Daddy. It's Easy for You. They've never done one of these ever, so I'm struggling just a little bit. And I Love You So. Both the in concert and the studio version are nice. I like Trouble. Trouble. That's always been a fun, underrated one as far as I'm concerned. One Broken Heart for Sale. Going back to the movie era. They remind me too much of you. And some of these legs came from like cassette tapes that my grandma had. And some of those songs off those cassettes just stuck with me. I like the different. I wish we had professional footage done. And I've seen comments like this. of his New Year's Eve show in '76. I think that would have been really, really cool. There's a couple other concerts I wish that were done. I don't even know if there's audio out there of his Memphis charity show that he did in '61, the same time he did the his benefit concert in Hawaii. Um, as my cat here nibbles my hand. Um, I think he was very. Everybody says, male or female, they say he was one of the best looking guys walking the earth. He was a Greek god, etc. I don't think you'll ever see somebody look like that again. I don't think. I think I've said this about him when God made Elvis, he broke the mold. And I do think Elvis was an angel sent from heaven. I think he was God sent. He did his mission on Earth. He broke a lot of barriers. And that's another thing that I get sick of people saying. That Elvis was a racist, Elvis stole black music. No. There's a bunch of videos on YouTube here where you can hear the artist, the black artist of his day, praise him for breaking barriers. I mean, B.B. King and him were best friends. Sammy Davis Jr. was another friend of his. So that's just a couple of names that floated up at the top of my head. I think the karate documentary in '74 he was gonna do. It would have been interesting. I don't know if he was mentally in the right state for it though. I don't know. I just think Elvis was a decent human being, very charitable, definitely a doting father, loved his daughter. Unfortunately, when Lisa passed, we don't got many that are left outside of Priscilla, Jerry Shine, Larry Geller, and those are just names that Linda Thompson, um, shit. Once again, sorry for being nervous. Ginger. Ginger Alden is the one I was thinking of. The older I get and the older they get, the more people, the more connections we have to the human being that we have to Elvis the man, we're losing. That's why I think it's fans of my generation and under my generation, we gotta carry the banner once the original fans are gone. We gotta defend his legacy. I think, because you think about it, a lot of the people that grew up listening to him originally, whether it's 50s, 60s, or 70s, they're getting older. They're slowly passing away. My grandma was in that generation. I just think it's our job to carry his legacy. So whether you like Elvis because you saw the biopic of Austin Butler, it doesn't matter. I welcome all Elvis fans to my channel. I think the young people who, once again, sorry, the younger people who went and saw that biopic, go open a book on him. Go read about him. Learn about his life. There are multiple books out there that can give you Elvis the man. And then there are books that give you Elvis the image. And that's all I gotta say about Elvis. I think he's like I said, very brother-like to me. Been to Graceland once. That's been 18 years. I just think he's the greatest. I think Elvis is probably here to stay. When everybody said, and even he saw it when he passed, he'd be forgotten. And if I could talk to Elvis now, I'd say you have no idea how much you're loved, how much you're missed, how many lives and generations of people you have touched, including mine. And then I tell him I can't thank him enough. And I think his fans would say the same thing. We can't thank you, Elvis, enough for helping us. Whether we're going through depression, sadness, a death in the family, whatever the case may be, the minute we put your music on, the minute we put a movie on, or we go on YouTube and watch clips, or we'll go on YouTube and watch reactions of people watching you for the first time, it brings joy to us that you're still doing God's work, that you're still taking care of business.